Anisha Corja began in Denach, began at Nis Denin mar a cap me, while Morog Kush, Ahish, Agus Anora Dumsa, and Bound an Uachtarán a Bhrunna Uachtarán Nua Chumann Lúthchleas Gael, Aogán Ó Fearghail. Go Gardagus Aogán.
And I just want to say in my first address to you, it is important for us always to reaffirm our values, the values that Cusack had when he was the driving force before at the foundation of Chumann Lúthchleas Gael. It's important that we stay rooted in communities, that we absolutely cherish and always do, as Maurice Davin said, put the player at the centre of everything we do and always inspire and raise our standards across everything we do. That was the motivation that drove Cusack. It was the motivation of his colleague Maurice Davin, and it should remain for us also. They founded an association at a very dark and difficult time in our history. It lifted us out of that depression, and it brought the Chumann Lúthchleas Gael right through 130 years to the present time. And it is no harm occasionally to be reaffirming those values once again. Family has always been important to me, and as I said already, my father and mother were born in 1924, and I'm very delighted that they're here with us. It's important to me, and it's important for everyone. But in saluting and acknowledge my parents, Aidan and Katie, and in the photograph you'll see me on my sister's knee. Unfortunately, she died a couple of years ago. But my brothers are all here, and I'm delighted that Tom, Declan, Shay, Brendan, Pather has also joined us. But in thanking my parents and my family, I thank all the parents. All of you, like me, have been sustained by parents and grandparents who grew up in an Ireland of the 30s when there was economic depression, and 40s and 50s when there was further recessions, and 60s, well, we got excited in the 60s, and then more recessions in 70s and 80s. So I want to salute all the generations who went before us, your parents, your grandparents, as symbolised by my parents who are here today. Guramaihag of the Nadluan Adimig Ruin. We have a very complex association with so many aspects to it, but at the heart of it, we are about games. That is the central motion. And in games development, we have many challenges, but we will rise to them. Urbanisation is a huge issue. Small clubs working like Liam Ó Néill's club with a membership of 49, and then huge clubs with memberships of 50,000 maybe. We have clubs in Ireland with a bigger population than many of our counties. And that's a challenge for us, but it's a nice and exciting challenge, and we will rise to it. And it's something that I look forward to working on when I get into office. The very first female chairman of a club is here with us today, Joy Hayes of Cootehill, who was elected chairman of her club almost 20 years ago. And I'm delighted to be able to tell you that my club, Drumgoon and Cavan, all three top officer spots, chairman, secretary and treasurer, are held by women. And that is an important advancement we need to continue on in the GAA. But the GAA is built on our attachment to our own place, and that has been said repeatedly this weekend. The pride we have in our parish, that sense of place, it is hugely significant and important. As you drive throughout Ireland, you'll see in all kinds of little villages, little country areas that have been ravaged by either emigration or economic downturn. But the flags fly, and that love of their own patch is very important. We should always value it. The hedges of our first imaginings is how Seamus Heaney described it. I believe that Chumann Lúthchleas Gael builds community, it builds character, and our games reveal it. And it is very important that we constantly keep that love of and attachment of our own place. And it doesn't really matter if your pitch is on an island off the west coast of Ireland, or if it's in Kuala Lumpur or the desert sands of Arabia, or it's in Croke Park. It is all the same community of GAA and love of place for all of us. To the man who referees, or the woman who looks after the underage camogie, or the person who washes the jerseys, in the GAA there should be no elites. No group, whether you're president of the GAA or a fantastic county footballer, or whether you're the man who mows the grass. No group should feel you're the special one, you're the chosen one. There are absolutely no elites in the GAA, and everybody matters, and we will always consider everybody. When Seamus Heaney was 70, he invited many of his friends to a party. He didn't write a poem about it, but he delivered a fantastic speech. And at the end of the speech, he told those who had gathered to hear him, we should always keep our feet on the ground, because then there's nobody below you. But always Keep your eyes to the higher places. Croke Park works assiduously day in, day out for all of us, working closely with the provincial councils in Connacht and Ulster, Leinster and Munster. That is an important synergy. There's a great working together. If one donkey heads east and one donkey heads west, nobody goes anywhere. But if the two asses pull together, then you have energy. Tásúil agam go mbeidh 3 bliana fiúntacha rowing. I will hopefully celebrate with many of you. I intend to work tirelessly every day that I can for you and on behalf of you, because at the end of it all, it is about service. Aogán Ó Fearghail, Aogán Ó Chumann Lúthchleas Gael. Go raibh maith agam.